If you get a new stadium in the next couple of years, you could unveil a Sean Taylor statue along with other Washington football legends.
Yeah. You could do that. I like that idea, Nick. But the Commanders will be back in action next Sunday at the Giants, which Colin says early they're favored in. The Ravens now. Colin and I were talking about this weeks ago on Monday Night Mayhem. Was it last week or was it the week before?
Last week.
No, I think it was the week before when we were talking about their upcoming games.
But it was last week we brought up the question, are they contenders or pretenders?
I'm with you, Colin. They're pretenders. They lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Even the Commanders beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. 28-27 in overtime. Lamar Jackson.
It wasn't in overtime. It was in regulation.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was.
16 for 32, 254 yards. Lamar Jackson led the running game, which I guess you shouldn't do as a quarterback. Maybe you get Gus Edwards.
He fumbled. That really hurt their chances, was the Gus fumble. But
when you're Lamar Jackson, you have to lead.
I don't think there's any reason.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night, Thursday is steak night, Fridays are dinner specials, Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern. Live from the Neon Moon in Martinsburg, it's time for Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Welcome to the Neon Moon Tavern at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg for another edition of Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, as well as WRNR TV on YouTube. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis as we get ready for tonight's Monday Night Football matchup featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts, as we're about 2 hours, 15 minutes away from kickoff between those two. And you can hear that on Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM, 740 AM on the Pittsburgh Steelers radio network. But first, let's recap Week 12 so far in the NFL and start off with our other affiliated team, Spencer, our main affiliate, the Washington Commanders, getting a 19-13 win over the Atlanta Falcons. It's the third straight win for Washington and sixth of their last 7 games. So now Taylor Heineke,
who are the Commanders?
Defense, this team is 7-5.
And
when's the last time you could say that?
I don't know. They've cemented themselves in position for the playoffs. 2 out of the next 3 games they faced the New York Giants. They got a bye in between. I think at least you split those games. You have a fair shot if you can continue to play out your season pretty well. You got a fair shot to make the playoffs.
If the season ended today, they'd be in the playoffs.
Yes.
As the 7th seed, as well as the entire NFC East would be in the playoffs.
Yes, and it's going to come down later on. I think a big pivotal matchup. It's a few weeks away, but I think a pivotal matchup is going to be the game. The game against the 49ers on Christmas Eve. I think that is a pivotal game, and then the final week of the regular season, you got the Cowboys. So in the final 5 weeks of the your final 5 games, 3 of those games are against division opponents. 1 against the 49ers, a conference opponent, and then 1 against an out-of-conference opponent in the Browns. And at that point, Deshaun Watson, unless something happens, he should still be quarterbacking them because he's expected to be back this week for them. But I think it all comes down to how do you fare against your divisional opponents. I think if you can win 2 out of the 3 games against your division opponents, and you get a win against what?
I feel like you'd maybe have to win the other 2 then. 4-1, I think, definitely puts you in those final 5 games at 11-6 on the season. 3-2, you're sitting at 10-6, and you're teetering there at 10-6, and it probably
which is crazy because most seasons,
the 49ers,
most seasons, if you're at 10-6 or what is it, 17 games, so they have to be 10-7.
10-7, you are correct.
Most seasons, this is reflecting back to pre-17 game seasons. If you had 10-11 wins, you were in the playoffs. Now, I don't necessarily know that you could say that this year with the Commanders, depending on how things go. But once again, it was something off the field that gets headlines, Colin.
Yeah, and I think both of us, even though I'm kind of in the same boat as you, I'm not all the way in that boat, and that's the Sean Taylor, what was originally believed by many fans as well as the media to be a statue that was being unveiled, but it turned out it was not a statue.
What do you call it? I wouldn't call it a mannequin. It's not a mannequin.
A shrine, maybe?
I guess. It has a nice glass case.
It does. And below it, with all the different pictures and the history of his legacy for Sean Taylor, was a nice touch, but when it was reported as a statue.
What's that sound, what are we doing? What is that from? What show is What Are We Doing from? It's one of those ESPN shows, I think. What are we doing? They put a Nike jersey on the man. He played for DC, for the then Redskins from 2004 to when he was tragically shot in 2007, when the NFL had a contract with none other than Reebok to do their jerseys. They've got to have some jersey laying around somewhere, or the NFL, you can go to Reebok and say, we want this remade for this. Yeah. Like, it's not that hard to do. It could get done. They have some somewhere. You can even go to a Mitchell & Ness and get one and then, have somebody stitch a Reebok logo on it or something with the approval of Reebok. I mean, I think you can do all that stuff, and it just seemed like a lack of effort being put in to make this what it should have been. And the funny thing was, he was wearing Reebok game pants.
Yeah, it was a weird situation. The helmet, even though it was Redskins, was clearly not a Sean Taylor-esque helmet.
Well, I think it would have been cool if they did that, but he only did that for a couple games, and then he got fined for it. Like
the iconic memory is.
Or
I think people.
Like you think you go up from FedEx Field, you go up 95. What do you see out front of M&T Bank Stadium?
Yeah, statues.
Ray Lewis specifically doing
Philly had
his
a Philly special statue.
Yeah, I think you either do him laying somebody out, or you do it. The end of the video.
Yeah,
it's always going to stick out in my mind. The end of the video, the tribute video from the game after, where he gets that touchdown against the Eagles after returning that ball, and he's like this.
The extension, yes.
I think that would be something cool to have done. I do like, in a way, the effort and the touch of the cleats. They were incorrect, and somebody just bought them from Adidas, and they say World Cup 2022 on it. I'm fairly certain is what I saw.
I did not see that much.
But he did like to wear soccer cleats because it gave him an edge to be faster. So I think there were some parts of this they got right. It just seems like a lack of
research, maybe.
Not lack of research.
I don't know.
A lack of thought. 100% thought in this to say this is what we want to show not only the family but our fans of what to remember Sean Taylor as. And I just think it's hard to have whatever they're calling it an permanent installation. Whatever this thing is, I think it's hard for me to picture 10, 20 years down the line of this new stadium and they have it up there. You bring somebody's kid there who wasn't born until 2009 or after, 2008 or after, that doesn't know anything about Sean Taylor, and you can't go and say, that was Sean Taylor. You can do that to a
statue.
You could do that to a statue. And I just think that's the part that wasn't good about it. Although I did like one of his family members. I haven't been able to see the mural, but adjacent to it on a wall, one of his family members spent all Thanksgiving.
Oh, I saw.
Painting
it's pretty cool.
A mural of him on the wall.
I believe it was his uncle. I can't remember the uncle's name, but it was one of Sean Taylor's uncles that made a very nice mural of just different logos.
Which sucks because guess what? When they finally move, you're not going to have it anymore.
They'd figure something out. Maybe he makes a new one. I don't know, but something could be done.
Yeah, but I just think that it's just the lack of. It just time and time again, this organization does something that's laughable, and the fact that it should have been honoring him, and now you're just laughing at it, and they can't have it. They already had a redo from last year. You had a redo from taking pictures in front of an whatever it was for the Sean Taylor way. You tried to redo it this year, and you can't just keep using his name as a money grab either. And I think you gotta subtly wear something to tribute him every single year around this date, whether it's the helmet sticker or it's a patch
or both.
But you can't just continually every year have his family come back and say Sean Taylor's family will be here to be honored on the field. That to me, that's a cash grab for an organization that's trying to bring back fans.
Yeah.
Sorry, rant over. Let's talk actual football here.
All right, let's move on. Unless you have any final points about the Washington Commanders, and talk about another local team.
Well, I do actually about on the field here. This defense getting it done from where we were week 1 to week now, whatever week we're in now.
Week 12.
Week 12. I think that the defense. As the Commanders go, as the defense goes, the Commanders go. I mean,
I completely agree.
But you do need to see Taylor Heineke have a 200-plus yard, 250-plus yard passing performance in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and hopefully the next 2 games against the Giants, and then that picks up, and he has the best game against the 49ers, because as we mentioned earlier, and I completely agree with Spencer, I feel like that final wild card spot will come down to the winner of that 49ers-Washington game in about a month or so.
Yeah.
So let's now move on to the Baltimore Ravens, who this week fell short by a point, 28-27, a loss against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road in what seemed like it should have been a Ravens win. They had a pretty solid drive. They got points on the board late, retook the lead after blowing it. Jackson looked terrific on that final drive. Andrews got the very hard-nosed touchdown, but the defense in the end allowed the Jags to march down the field in the final minute and a half of the game on that 2-minute drill, score, and not only score a touchdown, but then score on a underneath route for a 2-point conversion to get the win. And again, the Ravens fall short. We mentioned it last week. Even though they got the win last week, 13-3, I believe it was, against the Panthers. Let me double check. Yeah, 13-3. We mentioned, are they contenders or are they pretenders? A loss to the Jags like that, even though you're still first in the division, technically tied with the Bengals via the records, but you have a better division record as well as the head-to-head over Cincinnati. if you're a Ravens fan, I don't see how you're confident in this team anymore that they are a true contender for a conference championship, for a Super Bowl, maybe not even a first-round game that they win in the postseason in a very, very tough AFC.
Yeah, we keep talking about week after week. It seems like they're just not where you want them to be. And even, 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were talking about how easy this schedule upcoming seemed for them, and they could pop out of there looking really, really well. And one of those teams that we expected to win against was the Jaguars, and that didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, right now you are, out of the division leaders, the worst. You got Kansas City, Miami, and Tennessee ahead of you. And then those 3 wild card spots are Buffalo, Cincinnati, and the Jets right now. And that 5th one being Buffalo would be your opponent. Do you really want to go in playing the Buffalo Bills in the first round of the playoffs? Because I sure as hell don't.
Nope. No way, no how.
So, if you're a Ravens fan, I'm not. I
Nick
cheer for
is.
him at times. I'm calling him a pretender right now.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a lot of time to talk about it today on the Sports Mix, but I didn't see Nick coming out against them being pretenders very much.
We'll have to see if he texts us like he did last week.
Oh, we'll get
But
a text here
it's
momentarily.
Very disappointing loss for Baltimore, and I don't know if you can really blame anybody. Do you blame the defense? Do you blame Lamar Jackson? Do you blame the coaching? I don't know, but maybe you don't hit the panic button just yet. If you struggle against the Broncos, though, next week, you definitely should.
Oh, yeah. If you lose to the Broncos, you need to bang the panic button. The Broncos just, right now, they're the laughingstock of the NFL.
Yeah, $250 million down the drain.
Yeah, and I was listening to the Pat McAfee show earlier, the podcast for it, and they were talking about how with Ian Rappaport of NFL Media, how I guess game 1 when it was Broncos at Seahawks, and that was a return game obviously for Russell Wilson, that Coach Carroll invited a bunch of former players, and at the end of the game he said, "You guys know why. You guys know why," and that's all he said. Mm-hmm. And so I really think Russell Wilson's true
Pillars have shown?
Yeah, true pillars have shown in his time. This 12 weeks into the season in Denver, and he's really becoming a diva. It appears.
I already told you before the season started that he was a diva.
Yeah, you did.
So let's take our first 3-minute break live from the Neon Moon Tavern on Monday Night Mayhem, and when we return, we will talk about tonight's Monday Night Football matchup between the Steelers and the Colts. So don't go anywhere. You're tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, No dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern. Welcome back to the Neon Moon Tavern at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg for more Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, as we are now 2 hours away from kickoff between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers so far this year 3-7 overall. The Colts 4-6-1. The Colts earlier today, it was a line of 2 points that has now extended to the Colts being favored by 2.5. But I'm actually going with the Steelers tonight. Let's just go quickly into our picks, unless you don't have one yet, Spencer. And then we can get into the nitty-gritty.
Both teams are not good this year.
That's true. But you have to pick one.
I don't know.
That's what it's about, is picking a winner. Don't just sit there, because we're on radio.
I know. I'm trying to think of who I want to win.
Well, you should have thought about this earlier. You knew we were going to talk about it on the show.
Stop calling me out over here. How about the Colts get a win?
You think the Colts are going to get a win?
I think Jeff Saturday rears them to a win.
Here's the reasons why I'm picking the Steelers tonight, okay?
I don't have any reasons.
The Steelers have won past 7 meetings between the Steelers and the Colts. The last Colts win was 14 years ago.
When Jeff Saturday was on the team, he's now coaching the team. That means it's going to win. Jeff Saturday, Colts versus the Steelers, it means a win.
And the Colts have also lost their past 2 home games.
Yeah, well, they almost pulled it out the last game.
A loss is still a loss, and a win is still a win. The over-under at 39.5 points. I'm going with the under tonight with the Steelers win. And I think it has to come down to the defense. Can the defense with J.J. Watt and company get the job done? And then you got to rely on the ground game, even though you might like the chances with Kenny Pickett tonight. I don't see him being a star yet, and the star on that offense is clearly Najee Harris. So if the Steelers want to win, which I predict them to do so, they have to be able to pound the rock with Najee Harris.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's obviously would be a big key, is that Najee Harris can do some things. And, you know, I'd like to see, as the season winds down, the maturation process of Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Because he's so raw right now as a quarterback talent in this NFL that, you know, you're building week to week with a young guy, with a rookie at the helm of your quarterback or at your offense. But I think, you know, there's going to be a moment in time where he needs to throw for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick, and if that. I think that there comes to be a time in your first year where you need to show all you've got.
Today would be a nice day to do that. Prime time against a very weak opponent.
And everybody's watching you.
Struggled because they are 1-4 in their last 5 compared to the Steelers.
But back to the Steelers for a minute. They've struggled so much that their games are now only on in the area, in the Pittsburgh area, and the area of their opponent.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
You remember when
they used to be worldwide.
Well, like even they used to play a lot of 4:15 games, 4:25 games, and those were all on CBS locally. And this year, there's maybe been one Steelers game on.
Yeah.
That's not a national game.
It's true. Even though they're still one of the top-tier franchises, it's a very different season than normal for the Steelers. I think whenever I heard Phil McCoy talking this morning with Rob, who are both Steeler fans, this could be the first season, I think, since it was either 1998 or 1999 that Washington has a better record than Pittsburgh.
That is crazy, and I mean, we knew it was going to be the first losing season under Mike Tomlin. I mean, I don't think they fire him at any point. I think you're in the rebuilding process here. But it's just crazy to see that there's been such a long time that you've kind of retooled things every once in a while in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you can't fire Tomlin.
But this is
He's
a major rebuild.
And two, you got to understand that it's a rebuild.
Yeah.
So if you were to fire him, it would be a rookie quarterback this year having to learn a whole new offense, a whole new scheme.
Wouldn't they fire their OC?
They'd probably fire the OC. I think you got to fire.
I thought they already did.
No, not yet.
Oh.
A lot of people are still calling for it.
They're
after
calling
this year.
for it.
But
Rob's
again,
been calling for it. That's what it is.
They're still going to have to. He's going to have to learn a whole new offense. Then.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what you do.
It's a hard between a rock and a hard place, as they say.
All right, let's now go into our little prop bets and the other bets, and start off with the quarterback position and Kenny Pickett, who right now the over/under in passing yards is 213.5. The team as a whole, when it comes to passing yards on average for the Steelers, is at 222.8. So you're teetering there with Pickett, and I think he throws under.
I think he does too, but that's just the way that Canada runs the offense. It's a lot of 3-4 yard outs, 3-4 yard just receptions and passes there.
But is that truly a bad thing for a rookie quarterback when you want to get a rhythm going for him?
No, but I think that's just he's been under.
Yep.
I feel like if you go through this whole time he started, he's been under the betting line. Or he's been under his over-under.
And on the other side, it's Matt Ryan back as the starter.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know. You needed, maybe he wasn't healthy, but it's definitely strange when you go to I don't think he's currently a rookie. He might be in his second year. I can't remember.
Sam Ellinger's second year.
That's what I thought. But you definitely take some confidence away from him when you put him in against Washington for his first career start, played a few games, and he's now back on the bench.
Yeah, I think that's just brutal for somebody's mentality as a quarterback or in any position.
So,
but I think Matt Ryan goes over the 235.5.
235.5 passing yards is his over/under. You're saying the over. I'm saying the under.
I think he hits 250.
Okay. Well, either quarterback throw over 1.5 touchdowns. I'm saying no to both.
No, because I think Najee Harris is going to get some touchdown runs. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have 1 or 2 touchdowns as well.
And then the following question for the quarterbacks: will either quarterback throw a interception tonight?
I know where you're going. I'm going with you. I'm just not actually placing a bet on it because it's not worth it to win $10 off of.
I don't know. I mean, if you make a mini prop bet, which I did, it was plus 215 if both quarterbacks throw at least one interception tonight because the over/under is at 0.5. So if both throw an interception, which I'm saying both do, I win some easy money, I feel like.
I guess in a way you go like that. I don't know that I'm on the same mindset as you. I don't know if it's worth it in the end.
Buys dinner tonight.
I already bought shots tonight, so.
So let's now get into the receivers quickly. Start off with George Pickens, over/under 42.5 receiving yards. I'm saying under.
Goes over.
Paris Campbell, over/under 43.5 receiving yards. I'm saying under for him as well.
Under.
Deontay Johnson, over/under 45.5.
Under.
I'm going under. Pat Freiermuth, over/under 49.5 receiving yards.
Under.
Under. Michael Pittman Jr., over/under 66.5 receiving yards. I'm going with the under.
I'm going with the over.
Okay. Kenny Pickett, over/under 21.5 rushing yards.
The over.
The over you're going with. I'm going with the under. And I know I've been saying the under for everybody, but it's because I think that both teams should rely on the ground game tonight. If they get a win Jonathan Taylor, over under 83.5 rushing yards. I'm saying over just barely. And on the other side, for Najee Harris, over under 61.5 rushing yards. I'm definitely hammering the over in that one, as well as his carries at 17.5. I think Jonathan Taylor gets right at 19, so I'm saying the under 19.5 carries. How about you for both running backs when it comes to rushing yards and carries, Spencer?
I am hammering the over for all four.
All right, there you go. Touchdown scorers. Jonathan Taylor tonight, does he get a touchdown?
Yes.
I agree. Najee Harris, does he get a touchdown?
Yes.
Yes, as well. Michael Pittman Jr., yes or no?
No.
Plus 160 for him, that's a no. Pat Freiermuth, plus 220 is a no for me as well. Deontay Johnson, plus 250.
No.
No. Paris Campbell, plus 255.
No.
George Pickens, plus 260. I'm going yes.
I was going to go yes as well. I think he's a sneaky touchdown scorer tonight.
Mo Alley Cox, plus 370.
No.
And then Kenny Pickett at plus 410. I'm saying no.
I'm saying no as well.
So I'm going with a very low-scoring game tonight. I know Phil McCoy on the morning talk with Rob always goes 19-16 in favor of Pittsburgh. I'm going very close to his. I'm going to say it is 19-17 Pittsburgh tonight.
Interesting numbers there. I'm going to say 17-13.
17-13. All right, there you go. Those are our predictions. You're picking the Colts, though, correct? Or are you changing it?
That would be correct. I got the Colts tonight.
All right, we'll have to see who was right and who was not right, but we're going to take a 3-minute break, and on the other side of that break, be joined by the head coach of the Shepherd Rams, Ernie McCook. So don't go anywhere. You're tuned in to Monday Night Mayhem live from the Neon Moon Tavern on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Welcome back to the Neon Moon Tavern at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg for more Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis, and we're now joined on the show, as we're joined every week, and appreciate it, Coach Ernie McCook of the Shepherd Rams, who, again, get a win in the postseason to keep the season alive with a 37-27 win over Slippery Rock at home. They now have the rematch against IUP for the regional championship on the road. So if you're not already excited, definitely get there, because this week's about to be a fun one. I'm excited. I get to go see the game in person this week. But let's first get your thoughts, Coach.
You're welcome.
I know. Thank you for letting me go.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Yep.
I got some family thing in the evening.
Which works for me, because now I get to go to half of the family function that I have.
All right. Well, very good.
It worked out.
It works out.
But
everything
let's get your thoughts about the win against Slippery Rock. What did you like from your team?
Man, I thought it was a complete win in all three phases. I was really proud of how our team played. Our defense continued to play lights out, really put a lot of pressure on Slippery Rock's offense to make plays, took some things away from them, made the quarterback uncomfortable, and I thought got them out of their rhythm offensively with Slippery Rock. I thought defense did a great job. I thought special teams played extremely well. The fake punt, we were in a punt safe and we just misfit it. That was disappointing. That set some things up with that. Offensively, I thought we were very balanced. We were able to throw the ball very effectively and run the ball effectively. I thought Ronnie Brown had a great day. I thought the O-line was outstanding. I thought Joey Fisher, really his matchup against their defensive end, who's one of the premier defensive players in the region, I thought Joey really held up well against them and really did a tremendous job. All in all, I think it was one of our most complete football game wins as a team, and I'm very proud of our team.
And, you mentioned it there, but Ronnie Brown, another amazing day on the ground.
Yeah.
And it just seems like you give the ball to him and you don't have to worry about anything.
Well, you worry about a lot of things, but
yeah.
Yeah, but he makes plays, man. The guy is a playmaker. He's been a playmaker since he got here as a freshman. He just has got a lot of confidence. He's a great competitor. He's a great complement to Tyson Bagent. I think the two of them together, along with the receiving core and the O-line we have, really make us for a really dangerous offense.
And if they could possibly have two, you could probably have two semifinalists for the Harlan Hill Trophy on your team.
Yeah,
but,
you would
but
think,
you can't do that. You only get one per team and then however many per super region.
Yeah, you know what? That's a tough deal. Because Ronnie's had a tremendous year. I think nationally he has a lot of stats. So
I believe he leads the country in total all-purpose yards. I think he's sixth in rushing yards alone, and the guys that are ahead of him for fourth and fifth, I think, if I remember correctly, when talking with Dylan on our long drive back from Huntington, that their seasons are over, and I think he needs only 100, 150 yards to pass both of those guys, which, if he does what he's been doing the past 2 weeks, he should hit that easily, right?
You would hope so, but we have a really tough opponent, and probably the best defense.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's easy to say, but it's harder to do.
That's true.
Especially when you look down the barrel of the gun that we're getting ready to go see again after the last couple weeks. Good for Ronnie. I mean, I think, a lot of when I became the head coach here, a couple things I talked about is, I want the team to embrace the team. It's great to have all these individual accolades, and we're talking about Tyson and Ronnie and Joey and Kyle Smith and Dwayne Grantham and everybody that has had some great individual accolades. And I tell our team, one of the things, and 10 years from now when you come back for homecoming or you go to one of your buddies' weddings, nobody's going to talk about who scored the most touchdowns, who had the most interceptions. You're going to talk about the long bus rides, the winter workouts, the time in the weight room, the summer conditioning, and the time just being teammates in the fellowship that you have. And I think, that's what I want our team to buy into. That's what I want to be a part of. And I think Ronnie understands that. So I think if you were to ask Ronnie who he would vote for the Harlan Hill Award, he would say Tyson Bagent. And if you ask Tyson Bagent who he would vote for the Harlan Hill Award, he would say Ronnie Brown. So I think that's what you see in this football team, and it's also what makes us a difficult team to deal with.
And, when you look at what Tyson's been able to do, obviously we talk about it every week, but we were talking about this on the Sports Mix today. He's got so many receivers that he had. I would not want to be Tyson in having to decide where to throw the ball if you got multiple open guys, because there's just so many guys on this team that can catch, and they show it week to week. I mean, 7-8 guys made catches this week?
I think it was 9 in total.
9.
If you're a receiver, that should motivate you to work your butt off to get open, because it's not like that dude can't scan the field. He can start looking here, but he can find you over there. So no receivers out of it because of a play call or a concept, whatever it might be. So it would hopefully motivate everybody to work hard, even when you're away from what you think is the primary part of the concept. And the read, and you guys came up with that list of how many different receivers he threw touchdowns to. Who's caught the most touchdown passes?
I don't have that list.
Yeah, I thought you guys would have that for me.
No.
I'd have to look at the list.
It'd be pretty cool to figure that out.
Yeah, it would.
Because I was like, man, who's because he distributes the ball
That's
so
true.
equally.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a tie.
Yeah.
Maybe even a 3-way tie.
Sure.
But
absolutely.
to bounce off that question, it seems like the receivers are all stepping up at this point in the year. And, one guy that's been off the stat sheet the last couple of weeks has been Marlon Cook. And you just have a stable of guys there to make up for what is missing with him.
We're hoping Marlon's getting healthier. And we're looking forward to see how this week of practice goes for him and our preparation for IUP. But that's kind of the next man up mentality. That's part of what you have to have. And that's why a lot of things we do through summer camp and once we get into end season, we have some built-in time periods where we use as development for the younger guys. And I think you see that with Daryl Harper. Freshman stepped up and made a big play this past weekend. You see it with Cam Dorner. You can see it with Kenny Edlin, who's new into the program. So it's all part of our process.
And, sticking with guys that kind of are making names for themselves is you move over to the defense. Redshirt freshman Nathan Muley, 3 tackles for a loss and a sack and a forced fumble.
And a jersey ripped off. They were sending 97 in there. I was like, who in the heck is 97? I heard him yell Muley. And his jersey got ripped apart. So they were holding him. Nathan is, he's a wonderful kid. And when we started recruiting him out of high school, I remember watching his tape and watching this inside linebacker. And we were watching how agile he was, how well he could move. When we got into the recruiting process with him, we said, hey, here's a kid that could be a linebacker, a defensive lineman, a tight end, or even an offensive lineman. So that was an easy recruiting deal. He's a hard-working individual, and I think it's kind of he's a great kid, and he is definitely getting better. And Coach Beelan's doing a great job with the defensive line. You got a lot of confidence. Those guys are well coached and they're executing at a high level.
It was really a breakout game for him. He had 7 total tackles. He's not had more than 5. The game before he had 5 assists against New Haven. And, when you get a guy this late in the year coming on, it makes sense because he redshirted last year. And now, trying to rotate guys in, give some guys some time off so they can, stay for this long season that you always hope to have. For a guy that you probably didn't expect to make as huge of an impact right now is already doing that for you.
Well, I
say that with the guys in front of him.
Yeah, not to contradict you on that, but Nathan had a great spring. Last spring, we knew that was a developmental spring for him. He's right where we want him to be. When we recruited him and we made the commitment to recruiting him, we wanted him to contribute this year. So the fact that he's contributing, he's doing what we expected him to do when we recruited him. we're not surprised by his success. We knew he had it in him. He's just proven that our evaluation was correct. And
that's always good as a coach.
It makes you feel really good when the guys that that's I'm 100%. I've been a big Nathan Muley fan since we started recruiting him, and I am not surprised with how well he's playing because I see how hard that young man has worked since the day he got here.
I want to go back quickly to the offensive side of the ball because I feel like more credit should be given to how well the offensive line has done the past 2 games, because if it wasn't for their performance up front, creating the holes for Ronnie Brown to have both 200-plus rushing yards per game in the playoffs against New Haven and now Slippery Rock, as well as the impressive performance from Tyson week in and week out this past week, not even allowing a sack against Slippery Rock. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the same against New Haven.
I believe that's correct, yes. And I thought that we've done a really good job protecting the quarterback. Tyson's been hit a couple times. I don't like to see that. But Tyson has got great pocket presence. He can move around in the pocket, and he can extend the play. But to tell you, yes, I'm very proud of the offensive line. And one of the things I'm really proud about the offense is we haven't committed a turnover in the last 2 weeks, knock on wood. So it's you've got to play really sound fundamental football if you want to win in November and December. And if we can take care of the football and don't turn it over, we can stop the run on defense and tackle and run to the football, we're going to have a chance to win.
And Joey Fisher gets the NFLPA Bowl nod.
Yeah.
Did he decide which one he's playing in yet?
I don't know that he's decided. I think he'll play in a couple if he can.
Can he play in both?
I think he. I don't know.
I don't know that either.
That's why I was trying to figure out logistics.
I do know that.
And I would assume maybe he's hoping he can get an invite to the Senior Bowl too.
Yeah, I would think that. They did say like, hey, you could play in, let's say, game X, and maybe you can play into a bigger game. And I think Joey's performance this past weekend was really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
He was against a Harlan Hill finalist, a guy that's in the same, the DN from Slippery Rock. He's part of the Harlan Hill finalist list right now. He's on the Upshaw Award finalist list as well. And Joey shut him out.
Which Joey is as well, right?
Joey is as well.
Because that's an offense and defensive lineman.
And Joey's on both of them. But you're talking about it. Slippery Rock has nominated that kid for the Harlan Hill, and he's made it through a couple rounds, and Joey just wore him out.
Yeah.
Joey played to a high level, and I was really proud of how he played. And, it's interesting, Joey knew about the NFLPA invite before the game, and he and I talked, and we both, he thought, hey, let's wait until after this game before we even talk about it.
Yeah.
So there's a kid that has an opportunity, man, to throw it out. It's one of the best 3 college all-star games you can be in. And, he wants to put it on social media. His mom and dad want to put it on social media, I'm sure. But he said, hey, let's pump the brakes. Let's play this game and focus on winning. And
it looks even better after that performance that he put out there.
It sure does. So, those are so many of the things that I appreciate about these guys and the things that they do, from Tyson to Joey. We could start at the list at the alpha list and go all the way down from Derek Adamas to Jackson Zadera, and you're going to see a lot of kids that just love the game of football and contribute in a big way.
Another one on that line is Wyatt Pelicano. I know I've talked to him. He's dealt with an injury the whole year, and he's played a conference level all conference level performer all year long.
Well, the fact that all 5 of our guys got some type of all conference award is a credit to those guys and how hard they work. And unfortunately, Donovan Reiser, our Lackawanna College transfer who rotates with Wyatt, is playing really good football as well. So we've got a core of 6 guys. And then we have James Bell, Curtis Jefferson, Brandon Carr, Fleetwood White, Jackson Zadera are all right there with them. I'm probably missing somebody.
As an O-line guy, that's got to make you feel really good.
It makes me feel really good because, I do coach those guys, and having the ability to be around them, they're just wonderful kids. They play extremely hard. They practice extremely hard. And Wyatt is definitely the life of the party. Him and Donovan.
And before we take our break,
we call him Big Don. That's who you need to bring on the show. Wyatt and Big Don.
Wyatt's been on once, but having them together would be pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's a large group.
Yeah,
they're pretty big dudes.
I want to give a shout out to Zach Fry.
Okay.
Nolan's long snapping college snapper of the year for 2022. Just talk about him and the special teams.
Well, if you remember the games we played last year, and what was that, 2021? Were you guys at the Ohio Dominican game? Yeah. Where we had Joey hit a snap. Every time we snapped the football, we were like, holy crap. So Coach Wright, our special teams coordinator, found Zach Fry in the portal.
He
was at Notre Dame College,
yep.
Yeah. He graduated with his bachelor's from Notre Dame and enrolled in graduate school here, and is our long snapper this year and will be our long snapper next year. And Zach does he's awesome, man. He's great at what he does, takes a lot of pride in what he does. His mom and dad are fantastic. They bought into Ram Nation. I'm sure they're loud and proud when they're here, and it's a fun family to have part of our football program. But that doesn't surprise me about his accolades as a long snapper, because he takes a great pride in being the best long snapper he could be.
And part of long snapping, he long snapped it a few times this week for a couple of field goals that were big and clutch in your victory.
Yeah, how about that? Jacob Haney came through big.
Yes.
13 points, 4 extra points, and 3 field goals. That was the difference in the ballgame. For us to win, he's got to be on. He's got to make the ordinary play extraordinary, which is kick extra points and kick short field goals. And he did that this week.
All righty, let's step aside for a 3-minute break, and on the other side of that break, preview the rematch of the conference championship, this time for the regional championship, as it's Shepherd heading back to IUP. So don't go anywhere. You're tuned in to Monday Night Mayhem, live from the Neon Moon Tavern on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers at Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers and University Healthcare physicians. Dr. Munib Malik, nephrology. Neonatal nurse practitioner Antonia Montag. Dr. Janice McMillan, endocrinology. Nurse practitioner Kimberly Applegate, infectious disease. Nurse practitioner Saba Ademe, hospitalist. Certified nurse midwife Brianna Lilly. Physician's assistant Skylar Sade, family medicine. Dr. Kelly Ash, family medicine OB. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
24-21, what the team need to do this time to flip the script and continue the season?
Well, IUP is a really great football team. They established the run. They were able to run the ball really at will. We'll have to stop the run, make them one-dimensional. On offense, we'll have to be more balanced in our attack. We'll have to take care of the football and not turn it over. But it's going to be a challenge. This is the 5th straight game that we're playing at IUP. How about that one?
Wow.
Yeah. And you would think if you go there 5 times that you would be able to find a consistent place to stay hotel-wise, but it's impossible. But we've worked it out. But it's they're a great football team. They're the number 1 team seeded in the region. We're going to have to go up there and play a really strong football game and try and find a way to win in the end.
And everybody remembers last year's regional championship. You do, because you tell us all the time how you will go and watch the end of that game again.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want the game to have to come down to the final play, but it seems like the last couple of weeks after the loss, the team's really responded to it and tried to dominate every snap.
You know what? We've played 2 very good football teams in New Haven University and Slippery Rock. Fortunately, we've played them at home. We've had great crowds at home. We've had great support. We're going to have great focus going on the road. And, it's interesting. I was talking to their football coach, Coach Tort, before the game, a very short chit-chat. And I said, hey, this game's probably just going to see who has home field advantage if we play again, And they won, and now we're going back to Indiana.
Trying to think.
The game plan.
Not yet. No, I was going to switch it up this year or this week and say what's not the game plan, just to see.
Not to turn the ball over. We want to take care of the football.
Well, the past 2 weeks you've been able to do that.
Yeah, and they talked about they wanted to be a more physical team. They needed to be more physical. We have to match their intensity and exceed it, and we're going to have to make more plays than they make. And they did been having a chance to watch that game again today and yesterday. It's not a lot of fun, but we're looking forward to going and playing. But we've got to have a good week of preparation to install the game plan. And
when you look at this IUP team, they barely pulled one out 19-13 against a good Ashland team.
Yeah.
They had that bye week. They
winning Dwayne Brown got healthy.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to point was you're going to get some guys back after the guys that they missed against you guys.
Yeah, they've got him back, and I don't know if they'll get number 1, the running back, but 28 who stepped in for him when he got injured in our game was outstanding.
I think he had another good week this last weekend.
He's a great player, man, and that O-line is awesome. They do a great job in their zone schemes and their duo schemes, and they're just well coached, and they do a great job. So, Nathan Muley and the guys are going to have a challenge. We'll have to play to our ability and make plays in all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams wise.
I meant to ask this in the last segment. Kyle Smith once again delivers in another performance.
Yeah, that dude is the man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's, we talk about it because on offense, we get to watch our opponents, and there is nobody we would trade for Kyle Smith. He's the guy we want. He's our guy. And, man, he is him and Tyson and Brian Walker, that senior class that's out there, Keyshawn Haley, my son Michael, just the love they have for playing the game of football, the passion they play with, Malik Holloway. I mean, we want to keep playing to keep this team together one more week. How's that sound?
What's it going to take to get a win?
It's going to take scoring more points than they have.
Should have saw that coming.
Yeah.
All right, last year, made the Super Regional Final, got the win. How special is it to do that for another straight season, get to be back in this same situation as last time, and build this program nationally?
Well, something, winning in the playoffs is addictive. And you're addicted to postseason success. You just want to have it so bad, and you're willing to work so hard to do whatever you need to do to have that success in the postseason. And you kick out all the we've been working at it like the 8 teams that are playing this weekend. All right, everybody's been working at it since August, early August, and so we're gonna be playing in early December. And nobody would want to change it. It is an addiction. Coaching a game like this, playing the game like football, it's just something we're all addicted to, and we want to keep having it.
And a guy we're going to speak to in a few minutes is had an interesting path to how he's been able to play this year in E.J. Morgan, and he's obviously had to go through a lot to get to where he is today.
Absolutely.
What is him kind of sticking it out here and seeing everything through mean?
You did it once again, Spencer.
I did it. I summoned somebody.
And they walk right in.
And what does he mean to your program?
Well, you know what?
That he's been able to come back and stay here.
It's interesting. I've gotten a lot of congratulatory texts over last weekend's win, and I told him, I said, we have a gritty bunch of players, and I'm really proud of. And, when you talk about grit and determination, and you can look right at E.J. Morgan and see the toughness that guy has, the grit that he has to want to play the game, and how hard he works, and how much he desires to be great.
All righty. A little bit of a fun one here. So tonight, the arm wrestling challenge, Coach.
Okay.
$6,000, I believe, is what we're up to now.
If you can beat
the beast. When do we get to see you go up? I mean, $6,000 this week.
Is it got to be left-handed or right-handed?
Whichever you choose. You even get to say when it's go, I believe.
Yeah, let me think about it.
So what do you think?
No, I'm not going to do it.
You're going to wait for that.
I knew he was going to say that.
No, to continue to grow?
I don't buy a lottery ticket till it gets worthwhile.
A lot of people don't, including me. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those, so when that pot gets to where it's big.
So 2 more weeks.
Is that right? How does it go? Was it double?
I don't know. 2 more weeks is
$500 every week. It continues to grow.
2 more weeks is our last show.
All right.
I don't know.
I
thought it was at least
3 more
maybe
weeks.
4.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And then, how was your Thanksgiving, Coach?
It was
you
great.
Enjoy it?
Fantastic. Loved
What's
it.
your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
Probably being able to practice.
Practice
right?
at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Practice on Thanksgiving and then have some family time.
We had an unbelievable practice. We do a walkthrough on Thursdays. Okay. And then Adam Staley's mom, Lori Staley, and Travis Bajan put together an unbelievable little tailgate breakfast for our kids leaving. I mean, it was outstanding. It was off the chain good. I mean, Mrs. Staley made these bacon and egg muffin sandwiches that were unreal, unbelievable. It was. She needs to open up a breakfast store, so I stopped so I can go there.
I shouldn't have asked this question because I haven't ate yet.
I feel like it's both of them doing a lot of stuff. How much does that mean to your program that you have 2 parents of 2 guys locally who are committed themselves to the program?
Will you be surprised how many people are committed to helping our football program, like our Ram Gridiron Club? Mm-hmm. That club has raised an enormous amount of money. The work that Lori Staley does, Steve Walker, he never wants any credit or anything like that, but I know he's right there, will support anything that we need. I could go through a list of probably 150 people that would help Shepherd football out at just an ask. That's all it takes. And I'm probably even late on that list. Our support and our people that care about this football program is so awesome. That's what makes it great to be a Shepherd Ram.
All right, let's end it on that.
All righty, Coach. Good luck. Saturday, 1 p.m. kickoff. We will have the game on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I'll look forward to seeing you. Sorry,
I'll try to get down there and say hello.
I'll see you Monday.
Hey, I hope your sock drawer is okay. That's really what you're probably doing, rearranging that sock drawer, right?
I'm going to my parents, so I don't have to worry about that.
Come on, you can make it back.
12:30 is when our pregame show will begin at Shepherd. Chance for another Super Region 1 championship against IUP this year instead of Kutztown. Hope you enjoy the game, Coach. Good luck and appreciate the time as always.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you, fellas.
Step aside for a 3-minute break, and on the other side of that break, be joined by Tyson Bagent and E.J. Morgan of the Shepherd Rams on Monday Night Mayhem live from the Neon Moon Tavern on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Back to the Neon Moon Tavern for Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis, and we're now joined on the show by the quarterback of the Shepherd Rams, Tyson Bagent, as well as the wide receiver, E.J. Morgan. Welcome to the program, man. First time on the air. If you can just maybe bring that mic a little bit closer to you if we can hear you. Don't worry, it won't bite. But
good. All right.
You good, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
Don't get nervous on us, but welcome.
Good.
All right. 37-27 win over Slippery Rock this week. Let's just talk about the game and what you guys like from the team.
I thought there were a lot of dudes that made plays that going into the game you might not have thought were going to make those plays. I thought Daryl Harper came in big, going on top of that dude's head like he did. After a big holding play, I thought the O-line allowed us to be versatile in the offense. And I thought we were very explosive running the ball and passing the ball, which I think it's been one or the either. every game up until this point in the season. And, dudes made plays. EJ came through at the end of the game. Strong catch, getting in the end zone, sealing the deal. So it was a packed house, and it was a good game, just like we thought it was going to be.
All right, EJ. Same thoughts?
Yeah, like we always talk about, like, when his offense is going to click with the defense, when his defense is going to click with the offense. I felt like this with this game, especially coming from a tough loss. So we had something built up.
Yes, sir.
Just went out there. People filled the gaps where we needed them. We just went out there, played.
Shepard was flowing.
Yeah. I looked at the stats, I was like, this is crazy. I've never seen Shepard pack like that.
I was about to say, I expect a big crowd coming to IUP this week.
You can always tell how many people are there based on the away stands, because that's like the last place that people sit, and even the away stands was packed, so I knew there was a lot of people there.
When's there not always there? I feel like there's always.
Well, I mean, like there's always a lot of people, but
the week before it wasn't as many because I think New Haven didn't travel as many.
And it was Thanksgiving break.
It's kind of tough to travel from New Haven down here.
Yeah.
Slippery Rock, a little bit of a closer drive, but also the home fans show up all the time when needed for Ram Nation. I expect the same thing on the road for this regional championship, but Spencer, that your signal for a question?
Well, I was going to say, EJ, a lot of Ram Nation doesn't know a lot about you unless, they've seen you on the roster, but now you're really making a big impact on the field this year. What is your journey coming to Shepherd, and then what's your journey since you've gotten to Shepherd been like?
This crazy part. All right, Shepherd recruited me 2015 year, but I didn't have the SAT scores, so I had to go JUCO for 2 years. Then I went to JMU. Played one game. Next week, I got hurt on the Thursday. Tore my Achilles. Set out for the year. Coach staff left. Then I entered the portal. Got healthy. Coach McCook was the first coach to reach out again. So I was like, no matter what school offered me, like, I'm going to Shepherd. So came here. Had some injuries last year. Contributed a little much. But felt good to get back now. I just, feel like myself again.
Yeah, and EJ actually tore his Achilles in the spring, this last spring, and then just became healthy week 3 of the season.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
That's got to be crazy on you, especially like mentally, because, part of you is like, I've come this far, I want to keep playing, but then another part of you could just say, football is football. I got to get healthy and stay healthy, but you decided to do both, get healthy, stay healthy, and come back and make a big impact on the field.
Yeah, it's a rough road with Achilles because it's like can't do nothing for it to heal. Like, it just got to heal natural. Like, you're going to have them crying workout days. You'll have them pain days where it don't move, it's just stiff, but it's cool. I enjoy the process of it. It's going to be worth it when we get the ring.
Here we go.
Hopefully multiple rings. Start number one this week.
It's all one ring. It's however much stuff they put on it.
Okay. I was going to let you get multiple. I
thought that too. I thought that last
region.
year. I was like, we will get a regional ring and then
national.
Make it nah, they all put it on one ring.
Just put one on one
Shepherd's
side,
different.
On the other side,
Let's get two.
Shepherd's not.
Shepherd's different.
Shepherd is different.
You guys had a real balanced attack this week, and you were able to get some yards there, 2 touchdowns, but then Ronnie Brown just continuing to be Ronnie Brown.
Yeah, I mean, he's different. He's unique in what he does. He was able to be dangerous running the ball, and in the pass game, I thought we were able to get on the edge in the run game, which is not something we've been able to do throughout the season, and especially against a team like Slippery Rock. I think that was a big confidence boost for the O-line. No sacks.
I believe that's the second straight week, right? There weren't any against New Haven. I tried to see if I could remember that from Coach McCook, but I knew you'd know more, too.
No sacks against IUP.
Yeah.
No sacks against IUP. They haven't let up a sack since East Stroudsburg. So.
No. Pretty solid stuff.
Sweet.
And Joey completely dominated.
Yeah, he did.
The guy opposite of him who's a Harley-Hill nominee.
Hey, number 8.
And he gets the NFLPA Bowl invite, which Coach McCook told us he knew before the game told everybody just hold. Let's play this game first. And what does he do? Have a dominating performance.
Yeah, which is so unlike him. It's I feel like everything that happens with Joey, everybody knows.
Did you know that he knew before?
I didn't know.
You didn't know that he knew before?
Yeah.
That's what Coach told us earlier.
Everything that happens in Joey's life, I see it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So it was cool. It was cool that he did that, and it was cool how he handled number 8. Because, number 8's family was deep in the game. They almost got a hold of my pops after the game.
I know. We're going to have to talk to him about that.
I thought Joey played a good game. 8 wasn't really a factor in the game. And I think that's part of the reason we was able to be successful.
How does it feel to win a game and not have to do it in the regional semifinal in the last second? As fun as that probably is, it's probably a lot less stressful.
It was funny. It was kind of like it was similar, but not so similar. Second round of the playoffs, kind of flirting around the red zone, rolling out to the right, hitting a receiver on the right side of the end zone by the pavilion. Kind of the same situation, exactly a year apart. So it was that was pretty interesting. But yeah, anytime you can finish the game before there's 1 second on the clock, the better.
All righty, EJ, we kind of just mentioned your journey earlier to Shepherd, but what really attracted you about Shepherd?
It's isolated. I got him. I'm gonna break it down. It's isolated for one.
Okay.
So there wouldn't be no distractions coming here. I have to lock in for my last 2 years, do what I gotta do, and whatever happens. Tyler has something to do with it. I don't want to go to no school that don't have no quarterback.
Shepherd throws the ball around, man.
Yeah,
Shepherd's a receiver hotspot, or at least it should be.
I was about to say, I believe it was 28 of 45, if I remember correctly, last week, and 9 different guys getting the wealth.
Everybody's touching the rock. Dude's getting healthy.
Yes, sir.
Dude's fighting through sickness. Man.
It seems like everywhere people are getting sick now.
Yeah,
it's not good. A time of year where
if you don't do polar plunges and get in the sauna, man, you gonna get sick every winter. That's why I don't get sick.
So you do polar plunges
I get in the cold water every day. I get in the sauna every day. I don't get sick.
So that's what they mean, ice in his veins.
Tyson tripping. Tyson is the one that be spreading it.
EJ, for you, you've had this journey, and I just double checked on the roster because I didn't want to say it wrong. You still have another year after this.
No, I'm done. That's wrong.
You're done?
Yeah, that's wrong.
It said you were a junior. That's why I wanted to ask.
Sorry.
We won't tell anybody.
It's over.
Yeah, we won't tell anybody. We won't tell anybody. You can go out there one last ride.
Nah, college career. That's it. That's why we.
What's your plans afterwards? Anything yet?
Whatever God got planned.
There you go.
Like the sound of that, man.
Yeah, just living in the moment. But I swear I haven't really thought about.
That's fine. You got to focus on this week, and let's talk about this week against IUP. What's the team need to do differently to flip the script and get a win this week against IUP?
We come with a more balanced attack. Obviously, being able to take advantage of things I thought that IUP was sloppy with. That in the moment in the game, you're not really aware that they're sloppy in some areas. But now being able to sit down, being able to watch film on a team, but have the offense be us is definitely. It definitely makes me feel more like reassured with our game plan coming in. Sitting down today, it felt a lot better with everything that's being said because we're just watching the same mistakes that we made. This isn't another team going in and making mistakes. This is us, so we're learning from those mistakes and be able to come with a more balanced attack. And I don't think it's hard to beat a team twice, and I think it's definitely going to be hard to beat us twice.
And that was your first career touchdown or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's crazy, right?
You want to get your third career and fourth career against them this week, right?
God's plan, right? I could talk about it. We just go play. We got something.
I like that. I like that mentality.
Let the play do the talking. Always like it.
Yeah, are y'all covering the game?
Yeah, we'll be there.
It'll be our last one because the big 4-letter network plus takes over.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll be there. 1 p.m. kickoff, 12:30 pregame on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. But let's now step aside, take a 3-minute break, and then when we come back, have some fun, talk NFL, football, whatever we want to do for the final 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
It's truly time for Monday Night Mayhem. Live from the Neon Moon Tavern. $6,000 on the line tonight as well for the arm wrestling challenge, as some guys are strolling in right now to put a challenge against the Beast, but I don't think anybody in here right now stands a chance.
I might have to go.
Too many skinny, light-skinned kids in here, man. They can't be like that.
Hey, yo.
Well,
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers at Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Munib Malik, Nephrology. Neonatal Nurse Practitioner Antonia Montag. Dr. Janice McMillan, Endocrinology. Nurse Practitioner Kimberly Applegate, Infectious Disease. Nurse Practitioner Saba Ademe, Hospitalist. Certified Nurse Midwife Brianna Lilly. Physician's Assistant Skylar Sade, Family Medicine. Dr. Kelly Ash, Family Medicine OB. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
That we might have missed. You want to get into some NFL talk?
You know what? I do got something to say.
All right.
I got something that's been on my mind ever since that game. So y'all gonna be covering the game?
Yes.
Right. Look, I went out there for captains last time, and this dude number 53 was a captain. I don't know what his name is, but he smacked everybody's hand hard.
For real?
And it was all taped up and all stiff. And y'all narrow it in when we go out for captains this week, because when we dap up, I'm swinging. I'm going to smack his hand so hard.
I'll make sure Dylan on the sideline camera is right up in there.
I'm blasting. I might hurt his wrist before the game even starts. But, other than that, we just got to do our thing. But I didn't like how 53 dapped me up when we did captains. So,
yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're starting off hot early is what you're saying against IUP, and wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah.
I've got a kind of college related, not necessarily about you, but came out a couple weeks ago, and he's here. He's right over there. You and your former high school teammate Gerard Bowie are both finalists for the Harlan Hill. Mm-hmm. Isn't that pretty cool?
It is pretty cool. I think Coach Walker being able to turn that program around from what it was. Gerard for being able to do what he did this year in an 11 game span. It's pretty crazy. I think he went for 200 yards like 4 or 5 times in a row, which every week you kind of just keep looking at it and you're like, all right, like what
adjustments?
First couple weeks.
Where's the focal point?
First couple weeks for you guys, Marlon Cook was going off.
Yeah, and then I don't even understand that. I don't even understand that. I don't even think I'd even want to throw to one dude for 200 yards 5 games in a row. So I don't know what.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
I mean, but now I'm just looking and wondering.
EJ's over there like, I want 200 yards a week. What's going on, Tyson? What are you saying?
I'm wondering what the D coordinators were doing, but at the same time, I've seen Gerard Bowie do some pretty Ronnie Brown-like stuff from a super young age. So I totally can understand why he has so much success this year. One of the best athletes I've ever been around, so leave it at that.
All right. Now we can start talking NFL.
All right, EJ. Who's your NFL team?
I don't even have one.
You don't even have – not even growing up you didn't have one?
I like Peyton Manning growing up.
Okay.
I was a Peyton Manning fan.
I mean, the Colts play tonight then.
Yeah, but I just like players.
Okay. So who are some players right now that you like following then?
D-Hop.
Dude, he's on roids.
First of all,
he's a cheater.
First of all, don't do that. Don't do that.
Is he wrong?
Is he wrong?
Is he wrong?
I don't even know. I don't know.
That's what he was suspended for.
I wasn't there. He wasn't there.
That's what he got suspended for.
We don't know the truth.
Hey, we wasn't there.
Could be something else. I go D-Hop and who else? D-Hop. I don't know.
D-Hop's the man.
Well, why do you think?
D-Hop the man.
You're Dolphins, man.
Hey, listen, man.
Whipped up on them.
What? You tell me what I said the first time we did this show. What came out of my mouth about the Dolphins? And everybody
Super Bowl?
And everybody looked at me crazy.
I did. I apologize.
And everybody looked at, and now we're 8-3. We control our own destiny.
Think y'all going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I think we've got the best offense in the league and a top 10 defense every year. But now we've got the best offense in the league. Tua, arguably the best quarterback in the league right now. Tyreek Hill for Offensive Player of the Year.
I was seeing some crazy stats for him. I think he's 14-1 now in his past starts.
Yes. Mike McDaniel is the man.
He's like a prodigy.
He is the man.
You ever seen him talk about him taking showers?
Nah.
You ever seen that thing?
What?
No.
Apparently when he used to
You're the only one that...
I'm questioning what you're researching right now, Spencer.
Mike McDaniel answers questions, and he talks about weird answers. And I guess so he used to say, when he used to be a coordinator and a low-level coach in the league, he used to shower once a week. But now since he sits in front of the media 3 times a week, he's got to shower every day.
He's disgusting.
Because he's usually at the facility.
The only thing
hitting the playbook, hitting all the.
The only thing showers are going to do is take time away from being locked in.
First of all, don't let Tyson.
I knew you smelled bad.
Don't tell him.
There was something in here that I could. It's his body odor. That's what it is.
Wash up.
Wash it.
Athletes already got this stigma that we dirty, so wash up.
Yeah. At least once a week.
By the way, tonight it's the Steelers and the Colts. Who do you like in the matchup?
Steelers and the Colts. I think the Colts are terrible, and I think Kenny Pickett is a rising star that's going to go off tonight and win the game for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I like the Steelers tonight as well, but I don't think it's going to be in the hands of Pickett. I think it's going to be Najee Harris. Matt Ryan is back.
He's back? Okay.
Yep, Matt Ryan's back. Okay. But I really think it comes down to Jonathan Taylor and Najee Harris. I just want to see running up and down the field tonight in Indianapolis. Which hopefully...
Where it's in Indy? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it bad weather, cold?
They play inside.
Oh, dude.
You'll learn, right? You'll learn.
Yeah.
You'll be there shortly, hopefully, right?
Yeah. Hopefully Green Bay don't pick me up. I don't
no, I meant just for the combine.
Oh, yeah.
Step 1, combine, Lucas Oil.
No doubt. Yeah, Kenny Pickett's going to go crazy today. George Pickens will have himself a day. Najee Harris will obviously do what he does. Yeah, I got
And I know you're a quarterback, but the bet that I took tonight.
Hold on.
Okay.
Who's EJ got? He was trying to say something.
Oh no, both of them horrible.
They are both pretty bad.
Yeah, they
I
are.
don't
You
even
going
know why
with
they
the
got
tie?
prime time. I might have to go with. I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Going with the Colts?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
We split as well. So.
Pittsburgh. I'll go with the Colts.
He's got
I
no
said
reason.
Colts as well.
All right, but the bet that I had tonight, just a simple 2-leg parlay, both quarterbacks throw an interception tonight.
You heard what Kenny Pickett said in his last press conference?
His last name's Pickett.
That's what I said. Kenny Pickett.
I know.
No.
That's what I'm saying now. See?
No, listen. You heard what he said whenever the reporter asked him. He was like, "Are you cool with the interception statistic with you taking all these chances or whatever?" And he said, "Man, I ain't worried about no pick. I'm trying to score points." So
Which means he's going to throw one.
He might throw a pick.
Which is why I thought it was a good bet.
Yeah, but like Matt Ryan will like throw the ball away 20 times before he throws a pick. I feel like so
It's true. He's a vet.
it's up to Minkah Fitzpatrick and the DBs on the Pittsburgh Steelers to make up that one.
So, how much time we got left this segment?
About 3 minutes.
3 minutes. So tonight we already mentioned $6,000. EJ, are you putting it out there that you're going up against Travis over there?
Of course.
You want to make it official right now?
I have to.
Have you ever arm wrestled?
Yeah.
What's your record?
I lost like twice.
To who?
Can't tell you. I lost twice.
Listen.
No. I won't lose Tyson to nothing because I won't hit it last time.
Ooh, does that mean we need to have Tyson and EJ go right now in 3 minutes?
First of all,
I'm not going to do that to him.
Get a little warm up.
First of all,
I ain't going to do that to him.
Listen,
It doesn't have to be the throwing
I
arm.
my dad up earlier today. He didn't feel like he used to feel.
You said that last
I will
week,
take
and
that.
he still whooped up.
But he refuses to go against me. I would snatch that money from you, him, whoever's money it is.
It ain't us.
I will take it. But
If it was me, I knew I'd be out of $500. He'd be like,
I'll
thank you
let
very
him-
much. I'm
I'll
giving
let
that
him-
away to the trust fund that is my son's.
I'll let him go against one of the little receivers in here, or maybe the dude with a bum pinky.
First of all, don't disrespect us. We probably lift the most on the team. We're probably the strongest core in the team.
Ooh.
Exclude the O linemen and D linemen. We go to linebackers, the secondary and receivers. Yeah,
I don't know.
we got that.
Yeah,
Well, maybe we have to go full tournament style tonight.
When are y'all gonna get up there?
He did. He did week one.
I said y'all, plural. When are you gonna?
No, we have before the show. We've split. We're 1-1 against each
I
other.
have a final question for Tyson. Your brother ends his high school career this last weekend. What are your
Great show
thoughts on his high school career and as he's going to endeavor into college? Maybe coming to Shepherd.
Yeah, it's always cool talking about Ezra because he is my only brother in the entire. He is my only true brother in the entire world. So I feel like I am connected to him more so than anybody else in the whole world. He did an outstanding job as a person and player throughout his time in Martinsburg. Obviously living through the shadow that I kind of created and being able to still be his own self and do his own thing at a high level with a new head coach, I thought was special to watch, and it was fun to watch. I mean, how many high school quarterbacks do you know that are able to throw the ball around and have, as dynamic of an offense as Martinsburg? I'm sure the numbers are low, so I think he did a great job. I'm excited. I know he's already focused on what's next because that's just kind of who he is. And I'm, hoping I can continue to, give him knowledge and continue to help him get better for the next level.
And speaking of knowledge, and this not a slight at you at all, but Coach Sherman has said that Ezra's the better quarterback between you two because he's gotten the ability to learn from all the things that you've done in college and all the places you've been able to go.
Yeah. Because wherever I'm at, wherever I'm putting in work at, which it's all I really do. Like I like hanging out, I like having relationships with my family and my friends. But then outside of that, I'm just kind of trying to create a life through this football thing. So wherever I'm at, which I've been able to go to a lot of cool places. He's right there beside me, and if he's not, I'm filling him in with everything that's going on. He's been able to throw with the receivers that are running at a college speed, and we're running college concepts. He understands at a higher level than most kids, like myself, who didn't have that person in their life that was already paving the way. And I think that's a pretty accurate statement by Coach Sherman, and I think it's definitely true.
Alrighty, shout-outs. Let's start with EJ. You got any shout-outs you want to give, man?
Shout out to us.
Yeah,
I like it.
Rams.
Shout out to us.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag GBG.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry about it.
Shout out to Hagerstown Ford. Shout out to the Neon Moon. If you're not at the Neon Moon on Monday night for Monday Night Mayhem in the NFL primetime game of the week, the Steelers versus the Colts. I don't know where you at.
You're running out of time.
Shout out to TV10. Shout out to the Shepherd University football team. Shout out to the Martinsburg football team. I know they're still kind of feeling that loss, but everybody's proud of y'all. Yeah. Hashtag
GBG.
Don't worry about it.
Get back game.
Yes, sir.
GBG.
All right. Appreciate the time, guys.
Said, don't worry about it.
Stick around. We'll see you guys again later on for arm wrestling, and then always after the TV 10 hours for some karaoke.
Karaoke.
Yeah. You don't know what you got into, but we're step aside for 3 minutes. You're tuned into Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsinis.com.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Welcome back to the Neon Moon Tavern at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg for more Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. I'm Colin McLaughlin, alongside me Spencer Dupuis, and we're now joined by the Beast, Travis Bagent. Welcome back onto the show, Travis. $6,000.
$1,000, ladies and gentlemen. If you can hear my voice and you are in the greater Berkeley County area and you or someone you know thinks they can beat the Beast.
EJ does.
Get on down here. I felt EJ, man. Listen, EJ, anybody who lines up outside the hash marks cannot beat me in arm wrestling, okay? That goes for any level.
I don't think anybody can.
Look at that. Who is that? That's the legend. You guys know who that is?
Is he going to challenge you?
I don't know. I just know that the ex-tight end from Shepherd University, Mr. Deason, has just walked in here, eyeballed
He's eyeing you down.
Eyeballed me.
$6,000 on the line tonight.
$6,000. I've never felt so secure in this room I'm in right now. I have gathered and looked through the whole crowd. Absolutely no
They
doubt.
always come for you, too. So are you...
I'm the
Are you
baddest
just
dude
bringing
here.
in certain people that you know won't beat you?
Hey,
so that you
listen,
can keep the money for
unless-
yourself? Is that what's going on?
Unless you guys are syndicating this show to only the cupcakes here in Berkeley County, I have made it perfectly clear that everyone is welcome. Please bring
YouTube's
Uncle
worldwide, so.
Please bring Uncle Sal on down here because he was talking trash. I will show him. And every one of you guys got an Uncle Sal. All right? Bring him here to me.
All righty. Let's start with Shepherd.
Shepherd University.
They got the win, 37-27. Is that the game that you were at?
I was in Shepherdstown, West Virginia.
Okay.
It was very tough for me to make that decision.
So we heard, do you want to start with this, Spencer, or should we get about the game? Because we heard a little bit of something from Tyson that you almost got into a little tussle
Almost got into
with
a
a certain player on the defensive line, number 8.
No,
not going to say name. The
Not
parents of.
I don't know if it was his
The-
parents or
okay.
just his people's. Right? And during
They
my
were pretty sour.
During my investigation, I saw them all gathering around number 8, which made me think I made a good decision because they was deep and they was protecting that gate where we all go out to. I kind of know how to shimmy that gate there so we can get through.
Is that gate that was broken last year?
Yeah, it's right on the
Yeah,
far
the
right.
edge,
So there's a
yeah.
way to still get there. What one of our younger guys had been there first, and they had been strong-arming the gate. I went down to defend his honor, and the deal is that my whole life, no one has ever said anything crazy to me. But I don't think I'm the guy that I used to be, because these guys, they did not back down when the beast showed up. I don't even think they thought I was a beast. So I thought about the scenario on if I cause a immense brawl here at Shepherd, what that would look like.
That'd be bad.
We just got our text.
It would be the same as always. Somebody was like, I told you about him.
We just got a text from our own Dylan Bishop. He said, "That's the bat signal. I'm on the way to beat the beast."
That's perfect. Listen, I will see you in 1 hour. I'm sure it'll take that long for you to get here, even though it's only you're only 10 minutes away. You don't want to be first, young man.
All right, let's talk about the game itself. What'd you like from the team as a whole?
I thought we played sharp and awesome, and I thought that Slippery Rock played really well, and it was a really good game. And I don't know, man. Listen, Tyson Bates is a sharp dude, man, in control with that. The weapons are crazy. Ronnie Brown is amazing. I mean,
He
Ronnie
is.
Brown, man.
He's a bad dude.
I told Coach McCook,
He's a bad dude.
It is unfair that each team can only get one guy to be a nominee for the Harlan Hill.
No doubt.
Because, I mean, you look at these two guys in the stats and the statistical categories, they're both like tops in the top 10 in their respective top 6, whatever it is, in their respective categories. They both should be able to represent Super Region 1 as the best players in Super Region 1.
I agree. And listen, let's be honest about those awards, right? All those stats and awards are just for the losers, okay? The winners get the Natty Trophy, and they don't care who wins the individual award. So just remember that our eye is on that prize, right? So the Harlan Hill and all those postseason awards are great, fantastic, but there is one thing that Tyson can do that has not been done, and that is to somehow, and listen, it's an uphill battle, young man, but my man, win the national championship. That's the only thing that you got left to do.
You know who played like that on Saturday? Joey Fisher. Like he wanted to win a national championship.
Yeah, I think. Listen, Joey Fisher is amazing.
He was a bully out there, man.
No doubt, and it also too. I think that nothing is better than being around perceived greatness, right? So, Joey Fisher. I remember Coach McCook telling me 2 years ago during the COVID season. He's like, Trav, listen, you should stick around because Joey Fisher's going to bring a lot of NFL people here. And while they're here, they're going to see Tyson, right? And I was like, sold. I will definitely be here for that duration. So, and I can see that it has happened. I mean, Joey Fisher, I believe, is going to get drafted.
I do too.
It's crazy that these dudes, and listen, I think Ronnie Brown has a future in some sort of professional football.
If he wants to, yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Well, if he wants to, what are you kidding me? I mean, listen, I love Ronnie Brown to death, but he ain't going to be no scientist, all right? That man is a football player, and that's what he is, okay? That's what he is, all right? Listen, you don't see my son ain't pursuing no master's degree, all right? This man is a football player. Ronnie Brown's a football player, okay? So I believe that he has an opportunity. And listen, I think that those NFL guys being there today, there are 13 dudes on that Shepherd team that now are just sitting back, and before they go to sleep at night, they thinking, you know what? I'm as good as Tyson. I'm as good as Ronnie Brown. I'm as good as Joey Fisher. I mean, sometimes I can't tell Ty Lucas from Joey Fisher. When I look out there, they look exactly like the same person. And unless that 5 and 6 are at a perfect angle, I can't even tell these two perfect human beings. And you know what the difference is? Ty Lucas told me, he said, you know what the difference between Ty Lucas and Joey Fisher is? 5 years. That's what the difference is. So, listen, having those NFL guys there, having people on that team like Tyson and Joey and Ronnie, listen, B-Walk, Adam Steele, all
They haven't allowed
guys,
a sack since East Stroudsburg's game, I believe is what Tyson said. That's crazy how tough of an offensive line they have. But specifically this week against IUP, what's the team need to do differently to get the win, in your mind?
I mean, listen, don't be a sissy, okay? Now, that sissy word can be substituted for a whole bunch of words. And if I wasn't at WRNR, I would say those words. But because I'm here,
and we appreciate you not doing it.
Is
much
sissy.
appreciated.
So every one of you Shepherd Rams, think about when you went up there to IUP and that thing didn't work out. And when you go to sleep all this week, you make sure that you know that you must bring the roughest, nastiest version of yourself, because that's what they think they can do to you. They think they can bully you, pick on you, run the ball there. We need to go crazy from that sissy standpoint and make sure we are not that. And that's it. Besides that, listen, we about to beat the brakes off of these cats, man.
Good.
That's what I think is going to happen.
There you go.
All right, any final thoughts on Shepherd before we flip over to Martinsburg?
I love Ernie McCook and the Shepherd Rams, and I am forever grateful and in debt to you and this program. Thank you from the Bajan family.
Are we you gonna be having another guy come through?
I hope so, yeah. Ezra now is done his high school career, as you guys saw there on Friday. And I'll tell you, I woke up all week deciding on which game to go to. And when I ran the numbers, I felt like Slippery Rock had a better chance to win than Huntington. But the Huntington Highlanders, they put together a great game plan.
They did.
And hats off to those guys. I mean, I know how good Martinsburg football is, and regardless of the situation, if you can somehow beat the Martinsburg Bulldogs, you're a bad dude. So the Huntington Highlanders, my hat's off to you. As much as it pains me to say, you guys look like the better team on Saturday, and, you know, it's a sad reality that the Martinsburg football empire is so unbelievably kind of immersed in perception, and the perception is that if you don't win it all, you are a bum. And that's exactly where we're at right now, is that we are a 3-loss team, and I am going to go ahead and make this prediction for next year that it will be the best Martinsburg football team in the history of the world.
The dynasty ain't over.
Not even close. So, and this is another thing.
They're going to have a major chip on their shoulder. The junior class was larger than the senior class, which will surely be missed this year.
Yes, and super talented.
But you got to remember, that's the point that I was about to bring up. Every single player on that offensive and defensive line for the Bulldogs will be back next year for this team. No seniors.
They have the best coach in the state of West Virginia. In my opinion, they'll have the best player in Murphy Commit. They will have the best defensive player in Rashad. They will have the best box in the state. And once again, I think I said it earlier about the Shepherd Rams and Coach McCook, but I feel equally the same about Coach Sherman and Coach Walker and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. They have been an absolute blessing in the Bajan household. And anyone that tells you that that Coach Sherman or the Martinsburg program is not still the most elite, amazing program in the state of West Virginia, they're simply just a bit upset about Saturday's outcome. And it'll take about 3 days before everyone comes back to realize that the Bulldogs had a great season. The schedule kind of set that up. And I think that everyone that follows football knows that there's two ways to look at that. And if you've been around for a while, you're okay with the tough regular season schedule. And listen, a 7-point loss with 4 turnovers. I mean, listen, the Martinsburg Bulldogs have nothing to be ashamed about. I am super proud of Ezra and all the seniors. I love the coaching staff. And remember, any of those negative comments or any weird things that you got to say, don't bring it around here because it will be met with extreme hostility. And I already got punked down at the Shepherd game by that Atawares family.
I was about to say,
I'm not letting that happen.
I highly doubt all the negative comments will ever be to a person's face. It will always be on social media when it comes to the negative comments.
There's a lot of negative comments.
There are.
But the truth is that whenever there's a loss, there's always way more. Like Martinsburg has. Listen, if you're a Martinsburg Bulldogs, you're super blessed and lucky, dude. Okay, so
I got a question.
No one feels sorry for you.
Why would you cheer and be happy that the kids lost a game?
Oh yeah, I've done it a million times. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Listen,
I don't know. We have people coming in our show comments today.
I would have been making fun of the Highlanders for 2 weeks. So listen, let's be a little tougher as Martinsburg Bulldog people and know that the first time that I knew I was a bad dude is I arm wrestled Ron Bath, and he won, and he went crazy. He went over there. This guy already won like 15 national championships. He ran over there, kissed his wife, hugged his kids. They all jumped around, and I figured, listen, no one celebrates like that if they beat a bunch of bums and they expected to win. When crazy things happen, it's because they did something that was amazing. The Huntington Highlanders deserve to talk trash. We deserve to eat it as Martinsburg fans. So listen.
I was referring to Eastern Panhandle people.
Yeah, well, listen, listen, I don't know about you, but I feel like your biggest enemies are always your neighbors, okay? Yeah. Listen, Musselman, Spring Mills, Jefferson, listen, I saw it on their face. Tyson's cousin, my nephew Orrin Humphreys, is at the Shepherd game, and they're talking trash to me. You know what I mean? Like, listen, the Martinsburg Bulldog legacy in that program is so big that you have to be prepared for when there's any adversity. We have to expect that it's going to be a great day for everybody that we've been killing. I love it. Like, I love when they talk back, because it's so, we really can't compare our programs. So this is their way. And how you handle it as Martinsburg people will say a lot for when you get back in control, which will be soon. Like a mere 11 and a half months, we will be back on top. So, hey, listen, it's a great thing. If people beat you and they're not even happy about it like we are when we beat our local competition, imagine the way those guys feel. Like, that doesn't surprise me that everybody is against the Bulldogs, and I'd love to keep it like that.
All right, let's take our 3-minute break. On the other side of that break, it'll finally be time for the Arm Wrestling Challenge. $6,000 on the line if you can beat the Beast tonight. So stop on by the Neon Moon Tavern at 4529 Shepherdstown Road. We're back in 3 minutes on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 for more Monday Night Mayhem.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers at Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Munib Malik, Nephrology. Neonatal Nurse Practitioner Antonia Montag. Dr. Janice McMillan, Endocrinology. Nurse Practitioner Kimberly Applegate, Infectious Disease. Nurse Practitioner Saba Ademe, Hospitalist. Certified Nurse Midwife Brianna Lilly. Physician's Assistant Skylar Sade, Family Medicine. Dr. Kelly Ash, Family Medicine OB. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
Welcome back to the Neon Moon Tavern for the final segment of Monday Night Mayhem on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. It is time for our Arm Wrestling Challenge. Travis, $6,000 this week, 12 sponsors so far this year. Let's get right into it. Take it away.
Let's do it. Well, if you can tell, the guy on my right was here on week 5, and he told me, he said, Travis, my company, James Neal Diversified Services, has absolutely blew up because simply from being on Monday Night Mayhem.
Over 30 referrals from here.
30 referrals. If you are a local business, it's time that you recognize the Neon Moon is the best place to spend your marketing dollars. Listen, I need that loot anyway. I mean, hell.
Hey, I need it. That 500 made me probably $25,000.
$25,000. There you go.
He doesn't even need to arm wrestle tonight.
Back under popular demand, James Neal is in the house. His company tonight that he would like to give the credit for the $500, making that grand prize $6,000. CM Racing Stables, for those of you guys that don't know, his alter personality, James Neal here, is the Cowman. All right, so Cowman, CM Racing Stables. Brandon, tell us how long you've been in the thoroughbred racing world, and give us a little insight as to what your business is when it comes to horse racing.
Right. So as a young child, my father and I grew up at the racetrack just betting horses, having fun. As I got older, I realized that I didn't want to be so much into the gambling side, and I wanted to own the horses. So I found a good trainer. I got one of the hottest trainers in the game right now, Mike Jones Jr. He's been around the game forever, talking about back to his grandmother, the lineage.
Not to interrupt, but that is not Mike White, the quarterback for the Jets. It's Mike Jones.
Big Mike, Big Mike.
Big Mike, they call him.
So if you would like to get into the racing side of the horses, I'm able to help with that, with training, day fees, what to claim, what not to claim. But there's a whole other side to this. Breeding, I can get you stud fees anywhere you want, anywhere on the East Coast. We breed horses. Also, if you need a place just to turn your horses out, if you need a stable, if you need to put your horse anywhere because you don't have your own farm, we can also accommodate with that. So any need that you have with a thoroughbred, a quarter horse, any type of horse, if I don't know how to do it, I know someone that does, and for a minimal fee, I'll make sure that you're successful.
You heard it right there. The most important thing is that he's already made his money from James Neal Diversified Services. So listen, if you want a horse, you think about it, because everybody I know in the horsing business is also betting on them horses, all right? Be careful betting on horses, okay?
So listen, 304-616-7290. Now, when you call that number, you're going to select option 2 for CM Racing Stables. I have multiple businesses, so when you call that number, it's going to run you through 3 different options. You're going to pick option 2. I will text you back. We'll buy a horse. We'll probably make $1 million. Stop being scared. Scared money don't make money.
$1 million, you heard it right there.
Are you buying a horse?
I am not buying a horse.
Man,
I only gamble on myself.
Every time he's been there, we've won. Every time.
Every time you've been there.
I am a bit of a good luck charm. There's no doubt about it.
Well, we're down to the final 2 minutes, so let's get into it.
Well, first of all,
challenged you.
EJ's here, but I feel like that this is an opportunity to get Gerard Bowie up here, right?
Ooh, that's true.
Can we find out?
I was about to say.
Can we get Gerard?
Gerard Bowie.
Can we get Gerard Bowie? We calling Gerard out on the arm wrestling table tonight.
You out right now. $6,000.
We got 1 minute. We got 1 minute. We're going to call Gerard up.
Harlan Hill candidate.
We don't know yet. Did we find out? I think that's going down right now.
Blasphemy if he's not.
The top 8. So, Brandon, you were a Martinsburg guy. Were you surprised about this week's outcome?
Of course I was surprised, but I was not surprised at how close of a game it was.
Yeah.
Meaning, listen, we are so spoiled. When you lose to the number 2 team in the state by 7 points on the road in the semifinals, it's a disappointment to us. But for 90% other of the teams in the state, that's probably the best season of their life.
Well, I thought about ending it on Saturday, so thanks a lot there for all you Martinsburg guys here. Gerard Bowie, can we get you up here, big guy?
All right. Ready
Less
for
than a
the
minute.
wrestling challenge. Appreciate everybody.
All right, can you give Gerard that headgear there?
Get Gerard in. I'll slide over. Thank you so much for tuning in. On the TV side, we will have a re-air of the PSAC Championship as Shepherd
Put that on there, Rod.
And on the radio side, on Talk Radio WRNR, you will hear the Pittsburgh Steelers Radio Network as the Steelers take on the Colts. Gerard, man, you ready to go up against the Beast for $6,000?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that Gerard will be entering the portal and coming to Shepherd University next year. Gerard, get on over here, right here, big guy. All right. Gerard, Coach Walker, sorry you had to hear about that on WRNR TV 10. All right, Gerard, listen, man. You just relax here. I'll take care of everything, young man. Here we go.
Let me get a little
ready and go. That's it, Gerard. Just relax there. Gerard, I'll take care of everything, my man. Listen, everybody's good at something. This is what I do, Rod. Come on over here.